Hello, 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 boils and ghouls. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to the attic. I am Shadow Oracle, and this is my attic. So, first off, thank you so much, everybody. I had to take a little mini hiatus there for a little bit because with this big energy shift that's going on in the world, I am not exempt from it either, so I needed to take a little bit of time for myself, sit my ASS down, because Spirit and my guides told me to, take some time to cleanse my energies and clear out all of the cluttered energies inside of my home and inside myself, because if I am not firing on all pistons, then I'm not going to be able to give you guys good and accurate readings. So I'm going to keep this introduction as small as possible. First shout out is to our essential workers. Thank you for keeping our world running, for keeping our people healthy, for keeping our grocery stores and gas stations and everything else in the world running. Next is to my subscribers. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for staying here with me and having a little bit of patience with me. And to you, yes you, who just happened to stumble upon this video, thank you so much for coming. Welcome to the attic. I am Shadow Oracle. And this is going to be a reading focusing on where you are at in your spiritual journey. You personally, where are you at right now? So I have a few different sets of cards here. I went through the tarot and different oracle cards, sort of asking different sorts of questions pertaining to where you are at in your spiritual journey. So I'm doing the card selection a little bit differently this week. So remember, take your deep mindful breaths, connect with your higher self, connect with your guides, connect with your highest truth. Now, I may be doing things with stones, but remember, it is not what you find pleasing to the eye. It is what you feel that spiritual pull towards. What do you keep getting pulled towards, all right? So here we go with the card selection. So where are you at on your spiritual journey? Let's find out. Here's deck number 1 with the Palo Santo. Deck number 2 with this beautiful red tourmaline heart. Deck number 3 with snake skin agate. And group 4 with this little cute rose quartz. All right? So take a moment, see which one it is you feel most attracted to, and I will see you at your pile. Alrighty, group number 1, let's get started on your reading. So, you chose pile number 1 with the Palo Santo. Palo Santo is a wood that is part of the frankincense family. It has very, very nice, sort of sweet grassy smell to it. And it's used for smudging and for cleansing energies and cleansing of negative energies around yourself or in a certain space. Mainly it is used for incense. So let's get started with your tarot. Oh, I did it upside down. I'm sorry. That is your back of the deck. Oh, my nose is itchy. Guess I'm going to kiss a fool or get in a fight, one or the other. Let's see here. So the tarot that I am using today is the Fountain Tarot. So let's find out where you, group 1, are at in your spiritual journey. So the first thing I'm seeing here is that before this whole energy shift happened, Knight of Wands, before this whole energy shift started to happen, before this whole ascension kicked into high gear, you were already on a spiritual path. You already had your foot in the water, so to speak. You may not be an expert in really any particular field, but you may have been drawn towards crystals, or you may have been interested in tarot reading or divination, or you were just drawn to spiritual things, or perhaps you're already a witch or a light worker or a spiritual healer, what have you. You already started this process for yourself. And what I see is what this whole ascension began for you with the Seven of Cups in reverse is it really took away that analysis paralysis. Before, you may have been humming and hawing over several different things, but now you're starting to be able to really narrow down your specific gifts and talents. Your specific gifts and talents with the World card coming up shows me that your personal spiritual gifts are starting to bubble to the surface now that you are trudging through and sifting through the shadow work that you've been doing. Now the gifts, now the good stuff is starting to bubble to the surface, and you're starting to notice it. So it's giving you a much better, much more clear idea as to where you're going, which direction you should be going. And yeah, the World card is just reinforcing that, the fact that your specific purpose, your soul journey is starting to become more and more clear to you. And if it's not becoming more clear to you now, then it is with the bubbling up, you are going to find yourself slowly coming to the realization of, okay. So keep your eye open for that. If you get a feeling and you turn out to be right, a lot of the ways that people describe intuition is like you're getting a little text message or a little email to your brain, a thought went into your brain that you didn't put there. And wow, it turns out to be right. You have a hunch about somebody, it turns out to be right. You have one of those thoughts drop into your head, it turned out to be right. You get a feeling, maybe I shouldn't go out today, and then it turns out the road you were going to drive on had an accident on it. Just keep your eye open for those sorts of things. Now, what else I'm seeing here is you have started this journey, yes, but there is some things that need to be done, or things that you need to let go of, okay, that are not serving you. Two of Cups in reverse, there are some relationships in your life, some people in your life that are not serving you. They are not contributing positively to your life. They are not contributing towards your higher self, your higher truth. I'm getting that these are people who you may not necessarily feel like you can get away from, members of your family. But the Two of Wands is telling me that this is the bifurcation here. This is where you are going to go off from these people, and you are going to follow your spiritual journey and your ascension to a higher level of vibration. Now, that is going to happen very quickly because your overall card here is the Chariot. So, speed. Very fast. And also, the Chariot not only is fast, but you see how it has two horses here wanting to go in opposite directions. But the driver is very calm. So it is going to seem very fast. It's going to seem very, very uncontrolled. It's going to seem very chaotic. Okay, but this is something that is going to turn out for the better. Mercury. I am just stumbling over my words. I wonder where Mercury is right now. That might have something to do with communication. My communication skills aren't doing so good. But yes, it's going to feel very wild. It's going to feel very chaotic, but you need to surrender that to the divine and keep that faith through that situation, because you are going on your own spiritual path. There is that that bifurcation, the going in two opposite directions. So you are being called to leave these relationships and these people behind. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to say, no, ew, get out of my life. You know, you don't have to do these things. You don't have to kick these people out of your life. But what you need to do is you need to acknowledge that these people are dragging you down spiritually. They are not serving your higher truth, and they are not pushing you towards your higher self and your greatest potential. They are holding you back. So what you need to do is you need to take stock of who those people are and what those relationships are in your life. You need to acknowledge that they are a part of your life that may not necessarily go away, but you can release it. And it's not something that has to affect you anymore. I'm getting celestite. The crystal celestite may help you. It is a very soothing crystal. It is a crystal that connects to the angelic realm. As I said, very, very soothing. It's a blue crystal, light blue, so it would relate to your throat chakra. So speaking your truth and realizing that you need to begin acting the truth that you're speaking. Yes, these people aren't serving you, but now it's time to release those relationships. All right? And the last two cards I'm seeing here it's the Tower, which is right underneath the World card. So the World and the Tower are all related. Well, all of this is relating to the Chariot, really, because it's your overall card, but specifically the World and the Tower. The Tower, again, is, my goodness, it is very sudden change brought on by the divine that is completely out of your control. Okay, but what this Chariot card is telling you is that even though this event is coming in your near future, if it hasn't happened already, I'm getting that it's going to be in the near future, more than likely it is going to be friction caused in these, yes, actually, yeah, that's what it's going to be. There's going to be some friction caused in bifurcating away from these people and just, you know, emotionally, like spiritually distancing yourself from these people, in the sense that you are no longer allowing their negativity to filter into your energy and into your life. And after that is the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is reconciliation, or I'm getting that you're going to reconcile with yourself. You are going to, I've been getting this a lot in readings, reestablishing a healthy relationship with yourself. Yeah. Reestablishing that healthy relationship with yourself, and Judgment in reverse. Letting go of those toxic ancestral patterns that may have to do with these people, okay? But what I'm getting is where you're at on your spiritual journey is you already were kind of on a path, but what is happening now is you are being asked to, now that the universe is doing what you have asked it to do and is, you know, putting things into alignment and bringing forward your gifts and bringing in forward signs and showing you, these things. Now it is your turn, quid pro quo. It's your turn to do something now before the universe gives you something else. And what that is going forward in that bifurcation, continuing past that fork in the road toward the 5D and away from the 3D. And it is these people that are holding you in the 3D. Going away from these people, you know, spiritually releasing these relationships and no longer allowing them to negatively affect you, it is going to cause friction, because these people are no longer going to be able to have any effect on you or keep you in the 3D realm with them, and that's going to cause them stress. Okay, it's going to make them lash out because you are no longer working underneath their manipulation. All right, so I pulled some Starseed Oracle cards, and the question that I was asking when I pulled these Oracle cards is, what sort of things or tools can you use, or what things can you do to sort of help you along with this, with what's going on? Tears. Tears are flowing emotions. Let them flow. So if you find yourself, your heart chakra, Okay, so if you have any rose quartz or green stones like moss agate, any stones that are a dark green or a pink color, or clear quartz if you have it, or smoky quartz would work as well. Unblock that heart chakra, because that's what's happening right now. If you feel tears, coming out of absolutely nowhere, there's no reason for them, there was no abject or objective trigger for it, that is your heart chakra releasing, okay? That is your heart chakra letting go of all of that tension, all of that anxiety, that heaviness on your chest, okay? It's releasing it. Let those tears happen, okay? Divine being, you are an amazing, perfect, divine being. Take reflection of that and be present for some time. Louder for the people in the back. You are an amazing, perfect, divine being. Take reflection of that and be present for some time. You are perfect and whole as you are. And you need to maybe meditate on that. Signs. Develop an awareness of signs that indicate you are on the right path. You are being sent synchronicities. You are being sent signs that you are on the right path and where you need to be going. I've been saying this a lot in readings that I've been doing, guys. Look for those synchronicities in numbers. Look for those synchronicities in situations and words. If something's happening over and over and over and over and over again, somebody's trying to get your attention. And when you do see those signs, stop and be mindful. And moon cycles. Utilize the power of the moon to heal and manifest. So, the moon cycles are so powerful to work with. Working with the moon cycles, with your manifestation and with your healing, at the new moon, ask that all of your shadows, all of the negativity, all of the blockages you have, all of the things that have been holding you back, to be brought to the surface, to be illuminated by the moon, by Selene, by Artemis, by Diana, any really moon goddess you can think of, any incarnation of the moon goddess you can think of. Call to her and ask her for her help. An animal totem you can call to is the owl or the wolf, okay? Animal totems that are associated with the moon. Call to the moon in those dark times, in that new moon, for that release. And when it comes to the full moon, and after all that time of feeling all that emotion and letting it all come up to the surface, that is when you allow yourself to release on the full moon. And oh my goodness, you will notice such a change in your life. So, these are an affirmation deck that I have. And when I pulled these cards, I was asking, what sort of affirmations or what sort of words of encouragement or wisdom could be given to you in this time that could help you? So the first one you have, write this stuff down. I'm unshakable when I am in alignment. I am unshakable when I am in alignment. Trust and give it all to the divine, and it will be okay. I open my heart to receive love more fully. I open my heart to receive love more fully. I am my own healer. I am my own healer. Go with those moon cycles. Heal yourself. You are the only tool that you need. This is powerful. I allow destruction to make space for creation. I allow destruction to make space for creation. Wow, powerful stuff. And the last one I have for you is the Rebel Oracle. And the question that I asked when I pulled the Rebel Oracle deck was, what is some practical advice that you can use in your day-to-day life right now that could help you? So, take an effing trip. Go see some stuff. Go do some new things. Talk to people cooler than you. So, get out of yourself in general. Go talk to people. Go read a book. Get out of your day-to-day workings. Escapism is not something that is usually encouraged. This is a little bit of light escapism. A little bit of a taste of the exotic while we're stuck inside, if you see what I mean. Eat your effing vegetables. Eat some ish made by Mother Nature. Has somebody been eating a little bit too much pizza? Getting into those hot Cheetos? Don't get me wrong, those hot Cheetos look delicious, my dear. I know they do. I have some in my cupboard. However, one cannot go forward in spiritual ascension if one does not nourish one's body. What? Eat some vegetables, drink some water, nourish yourself. You can't expect you to be firing on all pistons if you're not taking care of yourself spiritually, mentally, and physically. Take care of your dang body. Love. Give some. Get some. It'll cheer your ASS up. Go make somebody else feel better. Go brighten somebody else's day. You'll find that on those really tough days to get through, that helps. Get the F out of your head. Didn't I just say that? Get in your heart. It misses you. So, has somebody not been going with their emotions? Has somebody been a little bit too out of their emotions? Maybe something we need to think about. Well, that is it for group number 1. Thank you so much for coming by. So, I am Shadow Oracle, your ever-present, ever-learning guide down your very own fool's journey. A path that we all must walk, though a little bit misguided sometimes. We are never divided, and that is the purpose of this channel. So, why Shadow? I walk what I like to call the shadow path. Because you know what? If we don't explore the darkness and the shadow of ourselves, we would have nothing left to give contrast to the light. So, thank you so much for coming to the attic. Thank you for your patience. Please don't forget, we have an Instagram page and a Facebook page now. Please go and follow us, Witches in the Attic. And I make new content and new pick a card readings and spiritually related content every Wednesday. This is Shadow Oracle, signing off. Hey, Group 2. What's up? How's it going? Thank you so much for being so patient with me. I thank you so much for tuning in for another week of Witches in the Attic to find out where you are at on your spiritual journey. So, you picked the gorgeous red tourmaline heart. Red tourmaline is very good for healing any type of emotional trauma, especially for those who are grieving. Now, different messages for different people, but I will say right off the hop, again, this message is not for everybody, so if this does not resonate with you, please don't click off the reading right away. There's still a whole reading to do. This beginning little tidbit just might not be for you, okay? So I got the feeling while I was shuffling these cards that some of you may be dealing with the death of a loved one. in which case I am sending you love and light, and I am very, very, very sorry. There are no words that I could say, and there are no words in any language in existence that could make this pain go away or make you feel better. And I'm so sorry. So, on that note, let us continue. Okay. So your overall is Page of Cups in reverse. So I am feeling an overall emotional regression going on here. There has been, see, this is why I was saying somebody may have passed away, or you may recently have become disconnected in a relationship that was very, very significant to you. With the Lovers in reverse, that tells me that there was a fracture in some type of very, very closely held relationship. Right next to the Death card and right above the Queen of Swords. So you have just been punched in the face with a lesson about non-permanence, cycles, and the truth about those two things and how they coexist with you in your day-to-day life, no matter how much you thought you weren't untouched by these forces. I'm getting the feeling that you have never really experienced death or the closing of a cycle that close to you before. I have a feeling that this is not something you have had to work through before. This is very uncharted water for you. This is something that is going to require a lot of work from you. It is going to require a lot of work. Page of Coins in reverse, especially to do with your inner child. You are going to have to do a lot of healing and a lot of work as far as your inner child goes. And with the Hierophant in reverse, this tells me, especially with it being above the Ten of Swords in reverse, I'm sorry, not all white light and fluffy bunnies, and this is just one of those readings. So the Hierophant in reverse above the Ten of Swords in reverse tells me that this is going to be an extremely painful and dark process, okay? Dark night of the soul. And when I say dark night of the soul, I mean you are about to go through, or you have just been freshly initiated, welcome, into your very own shadow journey through hell. Everybody has to go through at least one of these in their life, and this is yours. Welcome to it. It is not going to be fun. You are going to be walking on broken glass with burnt bare feet until this is done, and this is a journey that you are going to have to do alone. Nobody is going to be able to help you through this. This is going to be a process. Like, this is heavy. Like, I just need to rose quartz, feel some of that love. And I'm sending you all the love because I know exactly. This is resonating with me really hard. That's why, I might need to grab onto this myself. This is very, very heavy. Very, very heavy energy. For anyone who has not recently experienced the death of a loved one, then you just had a massive resurgence of childhood trauma that you thought was gone, that you thought you had dealt with. And the Queen of Swords is here to tell you that, you've merely repressed me. You didn't get rid of me. So now I'm going to come forward with my sword of truth, and I'm going to slice you down until you are a quivering, bleeding pile of broken nerve endings. And now you have been reduced to your true, authentic self. And this is going to be a long uphill battle. This is a battle of, like I said, Page of Coins in reverse. You're going to be healing that inner child. And it's going to be a solo journey of self-discovery. And it's going to be very, very dark. And it's going to be very, very scary. And no one's going to be there to help you. I'm sorry. I am here to give you the truth. I'm not here to give you what you want to hear. Okay? So, when I pulled the Starseed Oracle, the question that I was asking or putting forward to Spirit is, what sort of things can you do? What sort of tools can you implement to help you in this situation? So the first one you got, flow. Let life flow around you. Relax. I'm getting let go and let God. I'm getting the feeling that you are a spiritual person at heart, but you may have started within the church. That may be all you know in terms of spirituality. I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of messages here. If you do originally stem from the church and that's just a methodology or a ceremony or practice you're more familiar with in terms of comfort level, then go with that. Call on the angel Raphael. That's why I was like there for a minute, because Raphael's like, bang, bang, bang. Me. Tell them to call on me. Yes, Raphael. Call on the angel Raphael. He is the archangel of healing. Okay, so the next card you have, limitless. Spiritually guided gifts are buried within you. Open your mind to your limitless potential. So through this whole process, you are going to come out the other side better. You're going to come out the other side a more evolved, higher vibrational being, even though this is going to be an extremely uncomfortable process. What this card is telling you, to flow, to let go, to let everything go to the divine and trust that you are going to make it out on the other side alive and in one piece. And that is what's going to get you through this. Love. Always choose love. Always. Get some rose quartz. Get you some rose quartz. Work on that heart chakra and really, really, really focus on bringing love into your life and into yourself so that you can project that out onto others. And creativity. Use your learning experiences to create something new. This entire experience is going to give you groundwork for helping others in the future. This is going to give you tools that you are going to need in your soul purpose and your spiritual journey, okay? But you are about to go through, pardon me here, you're about to go through the shit, all right? You have just been thrown face first, not into the fire pit, but in like front row of the German trenches, all right? You are in it. So, here are some affirmation cards that I pulled, and when I pulled these cards, I put forward to Spirit, what sort of words do you have to say to group 2? What words or affirmations can you bring forward to them that are going to help them or give them strength through this time? So you may want to write these down, as they may be helpful for you going forward. The first one, Spirit is here, guys. Wow, this is powerful. I allow myself to simply experience this without judgment. I allow myself to simply experience this without judgment. You are being asked to leave your ego. This is not about your ego. This is about you. It is safe for me to feel it all. It is safe for me to feel it all. You are divinely protected. You are spiritually protected. When you feel those emotions coming out, when you feel those raw, unbridled, emotional turmoil bubbling up from within you, breathe it in, release it, acknowledge it, because you are protected and it is safe. You are safe to feel all of these things. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself. When I forgive others, I free myself from burdens of the past. Forgiveness is a gift that I give to myself. When I forgive others, I free myself from burdens of the past. I love that. That's beautiful. So the next I have, and the last cards I have for you, are the Rebel deck. And these are a little bit more vulgar. They're a little bit more day-to-day, a little more practical. And I asked this deck to tell you what sort of practical things can you use in your day-to-day life going forward to help you through this difficult time. Have you eaten? You're acting like a big ASS baby. You need food in your belly. Eat a frickin' taco. So what this is telling you to do is this came up in group 1 too. You are not going to be able to make it through this time, not nearly as easily, without properly taking care of yourself. You need to rest. You need to meditate. You need to take time out for yourself and away from other people and their negativity that they come into contact with in their day-to-day life that does not need to be put on you. Okay? You need to nourish your body, drink water, eat leafy greens, eat all the colors of the rainbow, eat healthy. Because if you are not taking care of your body is not going to take care of you. And your body needs you right now. Because you need your body to stay healthy. Because spiritually, you're fighting a war with yourself right now. You need all the strength you can get. Some good-ish is about to happen. Don't let your issues F it up. So, I know that this is a difficult time. But in these difficult times, we are being called to rise above the chaos, rise above the grief, to raise our vibration above the current situation, to see from that divine bird's eye view, that impartial top view, where you can look down on the situation and gain a grander perspective. This is what you're being called to learn, to be able to step out of yourself in that chaos, to look down at the situation and go, okay, this is what I need to do. You think someone is lying. They are. This doesn't necessarily mean someone is lying, what Spirit is telling me. What Spirit is telling me, for some of you, yes. For some of you, yes. You think that someone is lying. You think somebody's been lying for a while. The person that you're thinking about while I'm talking about this, that's that person. They are lying. But for the people that does not resonate with, this is more telling you to stick with your intuition, to listen to your intuition. Ish is going down with your job. Reevaluate, change your perspective, or effing quit. So with that card, Spirit is definitely telling you that you need to reevaluate what your priorities are. Is your work important, or is what's going on with you right now more important? Are people who only want you for this, that, or the other reason that benefits them more important? Or is your own spiritual growth and your dark night of the soul more important? Okay? So, that is the end of your reading for group 2. Thank you so much for coming. So, I am Shadow Oracle, your ever-present, ever-learning guide down your very own fool's journey. A path that we all must walk, though a little bit misguided sometimes. We are never divided, and that is the purpose of this channel. So, why shadow? I like to walk what I call the shadow path. Because you know what? If we don't acknowledge the darkness and the shadows within ourselves, and if we don't explore it, we would have nothing left to give contrast to the light. This is Shadow Oracle, signing off. Hey, group 3, how's it going? Welcome back to the attic. How have you been? Good, good. I hope you've been well. So, you chose the pile with the snakeskin agate. So this is a snakeskin agate palm stone, and what I love about this is the inclusion on the bottom. It's totally flat to the stone. It's part of the stone. It's not painted on, but it looks like a little Milky Way galaxy. It is so cool. But snakeskin agate, what it's used for is it corresponds with the solar plexus. No, actually, my apologies. It can be the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. Mainly the sacral chakra, because this helps raise your Kundalini energy, and the Kundalini energy, yes, starts from the base chakra, but is most associated with the sacral chakra. But the most interesting thing about snakeskin agate is what most people use it for in meditation and when they're working with this stone, is that it's used for the shedding of ancestral patterns and the shedding of old skin and negative thought patterns within ourselves, much like a snake would shed its skin. So, what do your tarot cards have to say about where you are on your spiritual journey? Now, I will mention that while I was shuffling these cards, I channeled the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the blocking of blessings, and that does come forward in this reading, but I just wanted that to be stated first off. So your overall card is the Justice card. So making definitive and informed decisions, making sure that before you make a decision, you have all of the information, you have all of your facts straight, and they are in fact correct. Okay? The Justice card reminds you that before you take any step towards any sort of action to sort of channel your Libra, you may be a Libra, and this is telling you that you picked the right pile, or you may be a Libra moon or rising. If not, it's just telling you to tap into that Libra energy and make sure that you are weighing out all of the possibilities, good and bad, of a situation before you're stepping forward. So, starting in on your reading, the first card is the Ten of Wands. So, here's this guy on a dark road carrying his 10 staffs, his 10 wands, and it looks like he's being illuminated by a car light or a headlamp. He doesn't look very happy. It looks like he probably started out on that venture a while ago. It started out as a good idea, but now it's not such a great idea. But he's continuing on this journey because he feels like he's past the point of no return, so why would he turn back when you've already put this much work into it? And you've been trying to manifest something. That's what I'm getting here. You have definitely been trying to manifest something, but you haven't been completely honest with yourself, because you have the Knight of Swords here in reverse. But I see that you are trying to manifest some sort of abundance into your life with this Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups speaks to me about, gifts from the universe, wishes coming true, abundance, be it material or emotional or, really abundance of any kind. Particularly emotional abundance, because you are dealing with the cups, so abundance in love, abundance in relationships. But there's a defeatist energy. You're not being honest with yourself because it's like this defeatist attitude you got yourself in. This Five of Swords that's directly underneath the Nine of Cups. What are you afraid of? Is somebody going to come along and just take all of your family and your boyfriend or your girlfriend and all the things you care about away from you? Is there some sort of, Krampus waiting in the darkest alcoves of your life, waiting for you to fall asleep so he can just creep in and take all of the good stuff? What are you afraid of here? Because the Eight of Swords tell me that you're just trapping yourself into anxiety. So, you are trying to manifest these things, but you're standing in your own way. So, blocking abundance, blocking blessings that I channeled, when I was going through these cards. So the reason why, you're getting paranoid about this because it's not happening fast enough. That's really all it is. Seven of Coins talks about, like, look, he's got his flowers, he's watching them grow, he's tending to them. This is not a period where action happens, okay? This is a period where you sit back, you gently tend to your garden, you love it, you speak to it, you water it, you spend time with it, you connect with it, and you watch as the fruits of your labor rise from the earth and bloom and blossom into their fullest potential, into their beauty. And here you are sitting here going, because it's just not happening fast enough for you. And you really need to get out of that mindset. And this whole not being honest with yourself, like, what's going on here? This defeatist mindset. Why? Because you have the Five of Cups in reverse. Like, you're being told to let go of this. Whatever this is that you're not being honest with yourself about. Because you have the King of Coins here, but he is in reverse. You know, that projection of stability, that typical idea of stability, it's almost like you put it on a pedestal. Like it's not reachable for you, or it's not attainable for you, or it's not attainable, goodness gracious, because somebody's going to come and take it away from you? Like what? Okay, so what I'm seeing here is it's definitely related to fear. So your blessings are being blocked. This manifestation you're trying to do here is being blocked because you have some sort of deeply rooted fear that when you put some work in for something that's yours, for something that is only you, for something that is yourself, you know, something comes in to destroy it. Either that, or you feel like you're the one who destroys it. When really, this all just... Why is this coming up so much? This is just a bad relationship with yourself. You really need to sit down and have a chat with yourself and, you know, make sure you have all the facts. You know, maybe you really need to sit down and take stock of who you are as a person, because this journey that you started on, it feels like a burden now. Because you wanted all of this good stuff. You wanted all of this awesome stuff to come into your life, but it's not happening quick enough. So I'm feeling like you need to focus less on what you're going to gain in your life from all of this abundance you're trying to manifest, and focus on the abundance that you currently have in your life. Like, no shade, no tea, but that's just a really straight, hard message from Spirit. Okay, so I'm going to go with your Starseed Oracle cards next. When I pulled these cards, the question that I put forward to Spirit is, what sort of things can you do, or what sort of tools can you use right now to help you through this stage in your spiritual journey? This blocking your own blessings in your manifestation. Nature, walk in the trees, hear their whispers. You need to ground yourself. There's a lot of swords. There's a lot of air energy, and there's really not a lot of pentacles or coins in here to balance it out. So I definitely feel like you're being called here to do some grounding. Go outside with, you know, your glass of wine or your tea or your coffee or whatever. Stick your feet in the grass and just vibe with Mother Nature for a while. Meditate. Just ground yourself. Higher self, connect with the gateway to your soul. Breathe deep into the highest aspect of you. And life purpose. You were put on this earth for a reason. You know it. Start believing it. So this is all stemming from self-doubt, from not having that relationship with yourself, and also having maybe a bit of a too close of a relationship with instant gratification. So moving on to your next set of oracle cards. This is the Sacred Empowerment deck. And the question that I put forward to Spirit when I was pulling these cards was, what sort of words can be brought forward to you right now? What sort of affirmations could you maybe say every day to help you through this process that you're going through, this stage in your spiritual journey? So the first one is, my authenticity illuminates the truth in others. My authenticity illuminates the truth in others. Be your true authentic self. Even if that scares you, that is what you're being called to do. Be your true authentic self. I'm expanding past my comfort zone into greater possibility. I am expanding past my comfort zone into greater possibility. I see the light and choose to reside in its loving presence. I see the light and choose to reside in its loving presence. You can see the light and say you see the light all you want, but letting go, giving that up to the divine and truly stepping into your truth and stepping into the light of your higher self, your highest truth, and your empowerment is a totally different story. And that is something that you need to work on. So, the last bit I have for you is the Rebel Oracle deck. This is a little bit more practical, more day-to-day, a little bit more in-your-face sort of advice. So, I asked this deck, what sort of advice, practical advice, can you be given right now? So, the first one is detox. Drink a smoothie, unfriend that a-hole, and throw some ish out. Clear your space. You cannot function spiritually. You cannot tap into your highest creative potential, your highest intuitive potential, if all of your brainwaves are bouncing off of all of this clutter and all of this just, yucky bogginess that's dragging you down in your environment. You need free flow and free space. So clear out your space. I think you might find you feel a lot better once you cleaned out all of that nasty clutter. Don't frickin' force it. Allow that ish to come to you. Don't force it. It will grow and pop up through the soil in its own dang time. You need to submit to divine timing. Not yet. You need to get used to the phrase, not yet. Wait. You are the best thing to ever happen to you. Yes. Go easy on your ASS. Buy your own dang drink. So, it's also telling you to go easy on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Just because you are putting forward the intention and putting forward the manifestation and bringing in that abundance towards you and attracting that and working with crystals and doing your meditation, just because you're doing all of that doesn't mean the universe is obligated to give it to you in 2 weeks flat just because the universe supports you in bringing you abundance. That's not the way it works. Divine timing. Submit to divine timing. Let go. Stop being such a control freak. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. You need some frickin' time alone, and you know why. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. That is the end for group number 3. Thank you so much for coming. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if this reading resonated with you. Let me know any kind of content you would like to see in the future. But that is it for you guys. I am Shadow Oracle, your ever-present, ever-learning guide down your very own fool's journey. A path that we all must walk, though a little bit misguided sometimes. We are never divided, and that is the purpose of this channel. So why shadow? I walk what I like to call the shadow path. Because you know what? If we didn't acknowledge the darkness, the shadow, and the recesses of ourselves, we would have nothing left to give contrast to the light. This is Shadow Oracle, signing off. Hey, group 4, how's it going? How you been? So good to have you. Really is. So, welcome back to the attic. Group 4. You chose the pile with this cute, adorable little rose quartz heart. So, rose quartz is the heart. It is the stone of pure and unconditional love. It is a stone that you can work with if you want to bring more self-love into your life, if you maybe want to attract a soulmate, a twin flame maybe. And just a stone that can really help bring that inner love and inner balance just within yourself. And it's a stone I really enjoy working with for self-love. And ladies, related to the goddess Venus, it can also help with beauty. That's why a lot of women like to get those rose quartz rollers for their faces to help with beauty. So, group number 4, let's see what your tarot have to say about where you are at in your spiritual journey. Oh, okay. Well, so your overall energy is the Hanged Man. So, gaining a new perspective on situations, submitting yourself to the divine and trusting in the divine that everything is going to be just fine, is your overall energy for this reading. So, to start off, the Emperor. So, you may be an Aries, Leo, or Sag. You could be a male, but that is mainly because I'm mainly saying that because the Emperor is a very masculine energy. Very, very, not all of you are men. I'm definitely getting that not all of you are men. This is definitely for a lot of women, but this is very masculine energy, and this is where you're coming through in this reading, is this very, very action-oriented Mars energy. So you are very much standing in your power. Very much standing in your power. But what I'm seeing here is that there's an imbalance. So you have all this fiery, action-oriented Mars energy and King of Wands. So King of Wands says Leo to me, so I'm leaning more towards Leo, but you could really be any sign. But with the Wands, I especially lean more towards fire signs. So Aries, Leo, Sag. For King of Wands, definitely a Leo. For the Emperor is Aries. So could be one of the two. But I'm definitely seeing, you're grounded. You're very, very grounded. It's not that grounding is your problem. You are very grounded and very action-oriented. But the imbalance is with the feminine energy. With this Queen of Cups, she's there, but, she's shrouded. She's covered in mist. She's, very illusory. So this is an energy that you need to connect more with, especially with the Queen of Coins being directly underneath your Emperor card. This tells me that, grounding is not necessarily the problem, but becoming more grounded in your goddess energy and your feminine energy is something that you are definitely being called to do right now. So, working with water stones, so aquamarine, blue calcite, kyanite, there's clear quartz, the master crystal, which you can pretty much program for anything. Water is what I'm getting here. You have way too much fire. It's very firm, it's very grounded, but there's too much fire. So you need to connect with a more Neptunian, more Neptune or Venus or lunar-based energy, okay? You need to get more into the fluidity of water rather than, the abrupt, action-oriented movement of fire. And 10 of Coins, that is going to give you that stability that you're looking for and get you out of this Four of Coins in reverse, Four of Cups upright, okay? And the fours relating to the Emperor, so that's the imbalance, okay? There's an overabundance of that masculine energy, and you need to sort of tap into that Hangman energy and gain that new perspective on the situation by tapping into your more emotional side, the female side, the subconscious part, okay? So the first oracle we're going to move on to is your Starseed oracle, and the question that I put forward to Spirit when I was pulling these cards was, what sort of things can you do right now? What sort of tools can you use to help you through this stage of your personal spiritual journey? Stars, look up to the stars, sense the infinite expansion. So, I'm getting astrology. Look up your birth chart and find out what all of the different aspects of your birth chart are. I'm having a feeling that you could have a lot of fire in your chart. You could have a lot of fire and earth in your chart, but I could probably guess with pretty good accuracy that you don't have a lot of water in your chart, which is why you're having this, drastic imbalance. So go on to, if you go into Google, just type in birth chart calculator, and what you mainly want to find out is your sun sign, which you already should know. That is your sign, the zodiac sign that everybody knows. You're going to want to know your moon sign, and you're going to want to know your ascending or your rising. So look into that, look into astrology, your astrology specifically, and see what maybe that can tell you about what's going on with this imbalance. You can't make this stuff up, guys. Masculine, confidently assert your personal power. So that is just reaffirming for me that there's just a little bit too much masculine energy going on, too much cerebral action and not enough chest action. You're too much in your head and not enough in your heart. Maybe you need to sort of meditate on that and ask yourself why you're avoiding stepping into your heart space. Mystery, sense the mystery that exists all around you. Yeah, mystery, subconscious, the female, the divine feminine. You really need to tap into your divine feminine. Your heart misses you. And new beginnings, clear the decks and start anew. Hear the call of your soul. So if you are being pulled in a new direction, if you are being called towards something that maybe you didn't feel called towards before, but it's very, very strong pull, go with it. Tap into that female, that feminine energy. So the next set of oracle cards I have for you are some affirmations. Oh, excuse me. Some affirmations, and the question that I pose to Spirit is, what sort of words can they give to you through these cards that can either be affirmations for you going forward through this process, or just words of wisdom that will help you or speak to your soul? So the first one we have is, I trust that though I may not see it now, there's a greater lesson for me in this. I trust that though I may not see it now, there's a greater lesson for me in this. So yeah, you definitely need to be asking yourself why you're so afraid to step into your heart space. Why is it that you don't want to go there? I am enough, just as I am. I am enough, just as I am. And the last one, no one knows my soul as well as I do. I give myself permission to walk my own path and follow my own heart. No one knows my soul as well as I do. I give myself permission to walk my own path and follow my own heart. I think those don't really need any more explanation. So the last, but certainly not least, set of oracle cards I have for you, a group for, is the Rebel deck. Sorry, my screen's dimming. The Rebel deck. So the question that I posed to Spirit for this one is, what sort of practical things can you use going forward that will help you through this? Now, check your ego at the door, because this is going to go in. Because you got the most of these out of any other group. So sit down and shut up, because Spirit's about to tell you some ish. First, we have, whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the effing time. You are talented and effing amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb-ish. So that is definitely going with your Emperor card. Yes, stand in your power. You are awesome. You are amazing. But don't go spewing in areas that don't need it. Stop obsessing. You are not the effing center of the universe. Stepping out of that Mars energy. Make better effing choices. If you are pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. Louder for the ones in the back. Make better effing choices. If you're pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. Be freaking grateful. Ish could be so much worse. And last but not least, ask a flipping expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. All right. So that is it for group number 4. Thank you so much for coming by. Always great to have you. Don't forget, Witches in the Attic has an Instagram page and a Facebook page. Why would you want to follow that either? Because you will get exclusive live readings and content that you do not get here on the YouTube. So just look me up, Witches in the Attic, on Instagram and Facebook, and I can't wait to see you there. So, I am Shadow Oracle, your ever-present, ever-learning guide down your very own fool's journey, a path that we all must walk, though a little bit misguided sometimes. We are never divided, and that's the purpose of this channel. So why Shadow? I walk what I like to call the shadow path, because you know what? If we did not acknowledge the darkness and explore the shadow within ourselves, there would be nothing left to give contrast to the light. Thank you so much for coming by and finding out what's going on and where you are on your spiritual journey. Tune in on Wednesday when another video will be coming out. This is Shadow Oracle, signing off.